Punctuation marks. Punctuation is the system of a sign or symbols given to a reader to show how sentence is constructed and how it should be read and makes the meanings clear. Well, and what are the punctuation marks? Well, and the exclamation marks are exclamation, full stop, comma, question mark, semicolon, colon, slash, quotation marks, round bracket, and dash. What's the full stop punctuation? The full stop, also called the period present few problems, it is chiefly used to mark the end of a sentence, expressing a statement. It can also indicate an abbreviation as the following example. The dog is brown. My sister's name is Lizzie. We could see here a full stop at the end of every sentence. Like the dog is brown, there is a full stop. My sister's name is Lisa. So there is another full stop. Every end of a sentence, there is a full stop. When to use a comma? Well, join two independent clauses. A sentence contains at least dependent clause, independent clause, adjective clause before direct speech and following following transition word. For example, join two independent clauses. Teresa loves vanilla ice cream, but my mother prefers chocolate. A sentence contains at least. John went to the grocery store and bought bread, milk, butter, macaroni, and cheese. An adjective clause. Jane, who works in my office, is married and lives in Brooklyn. There you see the comma between the sentence. And before a direct speech and following a transition word. How do we use the question marks? Or when do we use the question marks? Well, a question mark is a punctuation symbol placed at the end of a sentence or phrase to indicate a direct question. As in, for example, she asked, "Are you happy to be home?" Question marks is also called an interrogation point, note of interrogation or question points. Could be used too by a question mark at the end of a direct question. Do not use a question mark at the end of a direct question. Use an internal question mark to show that something is uncertain. And how do we use exclamation marks? Well, exclamation marks are used at the end of a statement when a strong emotion is being expressed, like good and bad, surprise, excitement, or delight, but also anger, fear, or shock, and tell a reader to add emphasis to a sentence. For example, "No, I forgot my homework again." "Oh, that is a gorgeous dress." That's another example. We use emotions in the exclamation marks. Okay, let's continue. About the quotation marks by now. How do you use quotation marks? Quotation marks are most often used to mark something that is spoken, or in other words, to design a direct quote. That is, they display something that's been said, word for word. For example, John thinks that his brother Jeff will be a great dad, say Andrew. In this example, you always have to say who is telling this, because this is a remark of what somebody else said. Okay, I passed out the next diapositive. This technology I use is not that good, but let's continue. When to use a colon? Let's talk about the colon. A colon is used to give emphasis, present dialogue, introduce lists or text, and clarify composition titles. Emphasis capitalizes the first word after the colon only if it is a proper noun or the start of a complete sentence. For example, she had one love, colon, Western Michigan University. Okay, let's talk about the semicolon now. When to use a semicolon? Use a semicolon between closely related independent clauses, which are not joined by a coordinating conjunction. This rule means that semicolons are used between two complete sentences which are not already linked by words like and, but, or, nor, for, or, yet, the fanboys, the coordinated conjunction. For example, call me tomorrow, I will give you my answer when, or then. Let's talk about the slash. How do we use the slash? The slash is to indicate something, or often when a slash is used in a formal or informal text. It is meant to indicate the word, or the example below illustrates this meaning of the word slash. For example, when leaving the classroom, the teacher noticed that a student had left his/her backpack. Let's see. In between two words, we can use the slash. Okay, let's continue. We almost finished. Let's talk about the parentheses and the brackets. What are parentheses and brackets in writing? Parentheses and brackets are punctuation marks used to set apart certain words and sentences. Parentheses are used to add extra information in the text, while brackets are used mainly in quotation to add extra information that wasn't in the original words. For example, let's talk about the parentheses. I am going to visit my grandma, my dad's mom, today. And the brackets example is, Lisa said, I can't believe that Brad Pitt is here. Those are the examples from the parentheses and the brackets. Two are almost the same because it makes emphasis in a word, in a sentence, that explain who is talking in that moment, or who you're talking about in that moment. Okay, this is the last one. We are in the end of this class. So, to talk about the last punctuation mark, this is about the dash. The dash is used to mark the beginning and the end of a series. For example, the three male characters, the wife, the nun, and the jockey, are the incarnation of excellence. See, we make a slash to emphasize a sentence between the person you're talking about. Are you talking about? So this is the end of this video. I hope you enjoy and understand what I was talking about. Enjoy.